You provide the food. You clean the litter box. You carefully select and pay for the toys, the beds, and the treats. And yet, somehow, the cat chooses them. In multi-person households, an intriguing and often frustrating pattern emerges. A cat rarely distributes its affection equally. Despite one person contributing the most to care and comfort, the cat consistently selects a specific individual as its primary social anchor. This is the only person allowed to give belly rubs, the only one the cat follows from room to room. And when the house goes quiet, this is the lap the cat claims without hesitation. This behavior isn't emotional favoritism in the human sense, and it certainly isn't random. It is a calculated biological decision rooted in survival, predictability, and evolutionary history. To understand why cats choose a favorite person, it is necessary to step outside human definitions of love and look into the precise mechanics of feline psychology. To understand modern feline favoritism, the starting point must be the domestic cat's ancestor, the African wildcat, Felis libica. Unlike dogs, who evolved as pack animals with clear hierarchies and leaders, cats evolved as solitary hunters. Cooperation was rare, selective, and situational. When cats eventually self-domesticated alongside early human settlements, they didn't adopt a pack mentality. Instead, they formed strategic alliances. In a modern household, a cat does not see the family as a pack. Instead, the environment is processed as a network of individual relationships. From a biological standpoint, the cat is driven to identify one key ally, a single person who represents the highest level of safety and emotional regulation. This individual isn't a leader. They are the safe zone. One of the most influential factors behind feline favoritism is the socialization window. For cats, this critical developmental period occurs between 2 and 7 weeks of age. During this window, a kitten's brain permanently maps what a safe human looks and sounds like. Research shows that the types of humans a kitten interacts with during this time form a lasting neurological blueprint. If a kitten was raised by a calm, soft-spoken individual, it becomes predisposed to trust similar personalities later in life. Additionally, if a cat experiences a moment of high stress, such as illness or trauma, and one specific person provides the primary comfort, that individual may become imprinted as the ultimate source of safety. In feline psychology, perceived safety always outranks generosity. It is a great irony of cat ownership. The person who wants the cat's affection the most is often the person the cat avoids. Humans typically associate love with intensity, hugging, loud praise, and prolonged eye contact. In the feline world, these behaviors can signal danger. Intense eye contact is perceived as a threat. Being picked up removes autonomy. Cats don't bond through excitement, they bond through predictability. This leads to the statue effect. Cats frequently gravitate toward the quiet person who ignores them. Stillness signals safety. When a human responds consistently, never surprising the cat with sudden movements or loud noises, the cat's cortisol levels decrease. To a cat, a human who is consistently boring is far more trustworthy than a human who is inconsistently affectionate. Cats experience the world primarily through chemical communication. They possess a specialized sensory system called the vomeronasal organ, or Jacobson's organ, which allows them to taste pheromones in the air. When a cat rubs its head against a favorite person, a behavior known as head bunting, it is depositing pheromones that mark the human as part of its secure territory. This creates a communal scent identity. The favored person is often someone whose scent is deeply embedded in the cat's environment, someone who spends long periods sitting in the same place. Over time, this constant scent exchange helps regulate the cat's emotional state and reinforces the biological bond of safety. Adult cats almost never meow to other cats. It is a behavior reserved almost exclusively for humans. Even more fascinating, cats don't use the same vocalizations with everyone. Through trial and response, a cat learns which tones and pitches produce the most effective outcome from their chosen human. Over time, This becomes a custom vocal language, one that other household members cannot easily replicate. This level of vocal fine-tuning only happens with the primary social anchor. It reflects a significant cognitive investment and signals that the cat has trained that specific human to understand its needs. Research from the University of Lincoln suggests that cats often reflect the emotional patterns of the humans they feel closest to. While cats are not consciously reading human stress hormones, they are highly sensitive to the behavioral signals that accompany them. Tone of voice, movement, routine, and emotional consistency. An anxious household environment can quietly reinforce anxious behaviors in a cat, while calm, predictable behavior tends to produce a more relaxed animal. This dynamic, often referred to as the mirroring effect, helps explain why cats gravitate toward people whose emotional rhythm matches their own. Favoritism is rarely accidental. It is a search for emotional compatibility. An energetic, playful kitten may bond most strongly with an active, engaging partner, while an older or more reserved cat often chooses someone who values quiet presence, routine, and shared stillness. If a cat has already chosen a primary social anchor, it doesn't mean other bonds are impossible, but they require a strategic shift in behavior. 1. Practice passive presence. Spend time in the same room without initiating interaction. Stillness builds trust. 2. Use the low approach. Always get down to the cat's level. Standing over a cat mimics predatory behavior. 3. The consent test. Offer a finger. If the cat rubs against it, interaction is welcomed. If they turn away, disengage immediately. 4. Build play associations. While the anchor represents safety, another person can become the source of excitement. One toy play is one of the fastest ways to build positive, adrenaline-based bonds. A cat's favorite person is rarely the loudest or even the most generous. They are the most stable. To a cat, the primary social anchor is a trusted ally in an unpredictable world. When a cat makes that choice, it is offering one of the highest forms of trust it can give, built on consistency, respect, and shared silence. Is there a clear favorite in the household? Or is the cat still quietly evaluating the alliances? Share the story in the comments. Thanks for watching, cat lovers. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow feline fans. Tell us your favorite moment in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And before you go, check out the next perfect video right here on Whisker Wonders, where every cat story comes to life.